lately I've been getting lots of questions from you guys and I kind of didn't really know what to do with them. That's why I decided to create these Q&A videos. And if you guys are curious about my life, which is so nice of you to be curious about, then just click on these videos and I will try to keep them kind of themed, where all the questions would be sort of similar. Also, if you guys have any other questions that you want to ask me or any other themed Q&As that you would like me to do, please comment on this video or any other upcoming Q&A video and I will try to answer those for you as well. As you can see from the theme of my jumper, I will be answering all sorts of questions related to where I study at the moment, what I do, why I do it, where I am, and all those kinds of things. So let's go! Question number 1. Where do I study and what do I study? I study at City University, London, and I study cultural and creative industries, which may sound really strange for any of you that are not really familiar with the British university system. Basically, the way a university works here is that you study for 3 years. Most courses you do for 3 years, and they're usually very focused, not like liberal arts kind of stuff that they have in America, where you just sort of continue high school and just take a bunch of random classes like sciences or maths or whatever. Like, I forgot that those exist forever. I don't ever have to take sciences. I might need to take some sort of maths, like accounting or whatever, maybe in the future, if I ever want to, which I probably won't. Education here is very focused, is very narrow, so I study cultural and creative industries, which interestingly is a very broad subject that includes pretty much any kind of industry that you can call creative, from television and radio broadcasting to like fashion and art and galleries and museums and advertising, marketing, anything, really. Just anything that you can put your creative forces into work, then yeah, you've got creative industries right there. Events organizing, yeah, stuff like that. Question number 2. Why on earth did I decide to study something like this? Well, I have always been a pretty creative kind of person in a way that I never had a conventionally scientific or mathematical sort of mind. I was always into performing and I've always liked arts and I've always been very kind of like crafty and DIY my entire life. So yeah, combining all these traits of mine, somewhere around my junior year in high school I realized that, do I even need to go to uni? Like, do they have anything that can possibly accommodate my creative mind? Will I be kind of just forced into this box that I will not be able to think outside of? I was really worried about that, and at some point in junior year I just decided not to go to university and instead audition for drama schools. That summer between junior and senior year I went to a musical theatre summer camp here in the UK in Guildford School of Acting, and it was an amazing 2 or 3 weeks experience. I was pretty determined to just not go to uni and audition for drama schools, but then by the end of the course I realized that university is just one of those experiences that you might as well have. Some of you may disagree with me and it's totally fine, but I feel like in order to be a performer, an actor, an entertainer, or whatnot, you don't necessarily need a degree. You can make it just based on your personal traits and qualities, but in order to have any other job, you kind of do need that university diploma. So, with that in mind, I went online, I browsed through tons of universities, and I finally found a major that was just perfect for me. It's cultural, it's creative, and yeah, I get to be myself. I get to not have my mind constrained in a box, and I can just, you know, pretty much do whatever I want. Recently we had a project where I had to create a video and write a blog and record interviews and post them on SoundCloud, and it was just an amazing experience. I absolutely loved it. Question number 3. Why did I decide to study in the UK? Well, my parents kind of gave me restrictions on where I'm allowed to study. They said, Europe. Just pick Europe. Anywhere in Europe would be okay. I could go back to Russia if I wanted to. I could stay in Israel if I wanted to, which I didn't. I just kind of wanted to move out away from my family, experience what it feels like to live alone and be independent, sort of. Obviously, I still depend on my parents, but still. I looked at Europe and I thought I might as well go to a country whose language I would be familiar with already, and that was English, and that was England. So I've always been fascinated with London. I have been here a couple of times before I started studying here, and I felt like this is a very big megapolis that is a very kind of a creative hub for creative industries, and I would be able to find my place here. So that was my reasoning to moving here. Yeah, and I guess I just missed living in a big city, to be honest, because in Israel I lived in a tiny little city right next to the beach. As beautiful as it was, I just missed pavement and lack of trees and huge skyscrapers and I don't know, just big places and the tube. I even missed the tube. Like, ugh, I hate it now, but I missed it. Question number 4. What other stuff do I do in uni besides studying? So this year I decided to join 2 societies / sports, and that is cheerleading and mountaineering, which I am crazy happy about. Basically, my university has 2 cheerleading teams. One is varsity and one is competitive cheerleading. I am in the competitive cheerleading team because we get to do crazy tumbles and dance and do funky stunts and have me being thrown in the air and all that kind of cool stuff. So yeah, I joined, and it's tough, it's difficult, but I really like it. Not sure if I'm gonna continue it next year, but it was definitely a great experience. Mountaineering Society, on the other hand, has absolutely blown my mind away. The other day, I bought a chalk bag and climbing shoes, so that's it. I'm all geared up, I'm all ready to go, and I'm definitely not gonna stop climbing next year. And I just never thought I would be interested in something that I would presume to be so dangerous, but just happened that I am. And I think there are 2 reasons why I decided to stay after my first try, where my friend just dragged me there and said, "You're gonna go climbing with me." And I'm like, okay. So the folks in the society are absolutely incredible. They're so funny, they're so nice, they're so like heartily. Is there an adjective in English that involves like the heart area? Because they're so warm and just hilarious to be around with, and I really enjoy spending time with them. Climbing can be competitive. There are competitions that some of my friends go to, but you don't have to. Technically, you're not competing with anyone except for yourself. It's a self-improvement kind of activity. It's daring yourself. Every time you climb here and you feel no, that's it, I can't climb any higher, you just reach out and you pull yourself up and you pull yourself a little higher, and it just, that feeling of being capable of doing a little bit more than you thought you could every day, it's an amazing feeling. It's so empowering. So yes, I absolutely love climbing. I recommend it to everyone. Find a wall, as in like a climbing wall, climbing facilities, not just any wall, okay? Kids, don't tell your parents that Margot's telling you to climb random walls, okay? Find any kind of climbing facilities around your area and go there and check them out, because even though you thought climbing might not be your thing, might as well be. Just give it a try, really. As for anything else, I also go to a gymnastics gym 3 times a week, and I practice my tumbles, and that is something I also thought that I really would not be able to do, because oh my god, gymnastics, oh my god, back handsprings, back flips, front summies, blah blah blah, I don't know. All that kind of stuff is just so sophisticated and so gymnastic-y. I never thought I could actually do it, but you know, I found out I could. My original reasoning was to go there because of cheerleading and to improve my tumbles for the competitions that we are going to have in the future, but now I just stick to it because, again, personal improvement, personal motivation to push myself forward every time. Through all of my non-academic activities, I realized that I'm a very non-competitive person. In a way that I have a non-competitive mindset, I'd much rather compete with myself, and I'd much rather work on myself and be a better person every day, rather than compete with other people and compare myself to other people and feel that stress and that pressure of always having to be better because of someone else. So yeah, it was a very interesting revelation. I feel like I've answered most of the questions that I've received about where I study, what I do in general. Anyhow, I hope you don't have any more questions about my life here. If there are any other questions concerning any other aspects of my life that you guys are curious about, please leave them in the comment section below. Please tell me what other themed Q&As you would like me to have. I hope you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful coming up weekend, and I will see you sometime soon.